Hello, everyone. Welcome to Impossible to Say. My name is Kat Wellington.
And my name is Emily Proctor. I really quickly want to turn this into like a true crime podcast, take a break
Yeah,
from our normal stuff because I can't shut the fuck up about this. And I just told Kat, and being able to tell you for the first time,
I had
that was
no idea.
something.
Emily just dropped a bomb on me like right when we started.
Yeah, so basically I just told Kat that the craziest thing I feel like to ever happen in our hometown occurred last weekend.
Like negative
Um
crazy.
Negative crazy, sorry, terrible. A man was fucking murdered literally 100 yards from my house. Okay, more than 100 yards, I'm being
No,
dramatic,
but
like,
very close. It's really close.
extremely close, yeah. Um, and I don't wanna go, like, too far into everything about it because it's so terrible, and I personally feel like it's all over the news, but that just might be because obviously local news. But basically, a business owner was robbed and beaten, bound and gagged, thrown into his car set on fire. Police officers, fire department show up, whatever. Everyone, rumors are swirling. Everyone thinks like a gang did it or it was some kind of like hit, like he owed people money,
Yeah.
whatever. Come to find out, two fucking 18-year-olds who are dating did it. Crazy.
So wait, before when you were telling me and you said that like there's footage of him robbing the store, that was the same day, like same night?
Oh, no, the boy I'm gonna actually allegedly use the word allegedly in all of this. Allegedly robbed another restaurant like 2 weeks ago, and the security footage of that was all over Facebook, all in, like, the little local community groups, and I had seen it, and I couldn't explain it, but it really freaked me out, like, just watching this man meander throughout this, like, store very casually, robbing this restaurant, and no one could figure out who it was, but they were able to tie him, the guy who was involved in this murder, to that as well, which is
I wonder
crazy.
if he was like scoping that out, like if there's really no connection with the store that he like ended up murdering the owner. If like I don't, that's just so weird.
Yeah, it's all so fucked up, and, like, the details of it, it gets even worse, like, they went to the BP right next to my house?
Yeah,
They went there too, there's security footage of them doing it after they killed the guy, like, footage
you're
of them going
kidding
there.
me.
Yeah, they
What
drove
did
with
they
him in the
think it was
it's
gonna
crazy.
happen?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Like, did they just? I mean, Emily's dad's also was on the scene. Um, did they think that, like, did they try to escape? This is my last question. I know it's like it's a bad way to start a pod. It's really, really awful
Sorry,
and
guys, I
sad.
just, like, had to get it out. No, they fled the scene, like, they were not there when the cops and the firefighters showed up.
But did they try to go far? Like, or did they just go home?
Oh,
We don't know yet.
they went home because I'm assuming they attended graduation practice for their high school the following Thursday, and yeah, mhm. They were supposed to graduate this week, and obviously did not because they got arrested 1 week later over the weekend.
I'm surprised it took them a week to find them, like, to figure out who it was. That's crazy.
It all was traced, which is crazy, to a fucking Bass Pro hat that was left at the
Mm,
scene. I mean, they're literally just, like, dumb, horrible teenagers.
I
I
guess,
don't even wanna
like
call them teenagers, they're grown adults, but
yeah, I'm glad they're 18. Um, I guess, like, wouldn't have probably a lot of people who are know how to deal with a murder, so maybe it would take longer, because this is Davidson I mean, I don't know. This is
no, I know what you
Davidsonville,
mean.
Maryland, like, we've grown up there our whole lives, and I have never like, I can't think of anything like that that's ever happened. It's
Uh,
just like a suburb
yeah,
of Maryland, like, I don't know. It's like
and it's like
farmland.
I was gonna say it's literally farms, and the business, it's like a aquatic, like, pond, like, outdoor
Yeah.
garden center,
Yeah,
basically.
just like a sweet place that's been there our whole lives. I don't know. That's so
Um,
sad. I feel horrible, obviously, for the owner and his family and just
Me
everything, but
too.
it's just awful.
It's fucking sickening. I just drove past the gas station and they had a camera crew outside.
Like that is just I turn at that BP every time I go to your house. It's awful.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean,
No,
wow.
It's fucking crazy. Anyways, how are you guys doing?
Oh,
Sorry,
I'm
I didn't mean
good.
to start on such a bad note like that. I just think it's fucking wild,
No,
and
I mean, it's
I can't stop thinking
interesting.
about it.
It's crazy, like, awful. Well, speaking of high school grads, I went to Miles's sister's high school graduation in Pacific Grove, California, like Northern California. And it's
Mhm.
by like Carmel and fuck, there's another one Monterey, which is like kind of it's where Big Little Lies was. So that kind of energy.
Oh, mhm.
Yeah, so just very, like, nice coastal town, but, like, Northern California is a little colder, but just, like, the most beautiful place, and I can't believe that, like, teenagers shouldn't be allowed to be from California. No, I'm kidding, I'm actually very happy for them, but it's like, we're talking about our suburb. I just felt like I was in a movie the whole time.
Yeah,
You know
like
what
a
I
movie
mean? Like,
set, yeah,
I just
mhm.
can't imagine growing up somewhere so cool, just like this little town. I was so happy for her because, like, they just kind of run this town. Like, her and her friend group, like, it's just lovely. And then their graduation party was like her and her friends, they all didn't want to have like a bunch of ones you have to go to, so they had a joint one on the beach and it was a beach
Course.
bonfire. And it
Of
was so
course.
beautiful. And I was just like, like, wow, I can't believe people grow up like this. It's really lovely. So it was a
Me
lovely weekend.
like, you're telling me they don't have, like, a strip of, like, fast food joints and, like, gas stations in the middle of their hometown? That's crazy.
Not really, not to the amount that we do, and it still, like, looks nicer. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
Well,
they
of
do, like, we went to a
course.
mall, like, yeah, everything has to exist in some form,
I can't
but
even
yeah,
fucking
it's just really,
imagine.
really cute town.
And to them, it's just another day,
It's another day. Yeah, it's
another
really
day.
fun. I had a great time. I wanna go back there. It's just really beautiful.
I clocked an outdoor graduation, looked gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, the graduation was just on the field, like, just of their high school. And it was nice, but obviously, like, to a graduation, you just went to a high school graduation today.
I
Did you wear
did.
a dress?
No.
What'd you wear? But
Should've.
you looked nice.
I just had, I had an outfit crisis this morning, and then I realized that nothing actually matters, and I literally threw on black jeans, little white heels, and, like, honestly, a shirt really similar that's just, like, a collared white shirt. It looks
Yeah.
like I was going to work, basically.
No, but that's the attire for a graduation, like, you're going to work essentially, like and so
Mhm.
I wore a dress, Miles wore a sweater with, like, a collared shirt under it. We were, like, the most dressed up people there. It was very, very casual, so Miles was very
What?
upset about that because he hates dressing up. So, yeah, it was a very, like,
Aw.
casual graduation, and then I posted on my story, but Miles did a big, like when his sister walked, he yelled, like, "Look at her," and the whole crowd went wild, so he was over the moon with his
I love
performance,
that.
and then we went to dinner, and it was one of those dinners where it took, like, 3 hours to get our food, and she couldn't actually get her food, our graduate, before, having to exit the dinner because they had to go to, like, a school thing,
Oh my
so that
god.
was unfortunate. I felt bad for her, but
It does
anyway, that's,
happen.
like, the only thing I have to report from my weekend is that I really, really liked Pacific Grove and the area, and I wish that I grew up there, and I called my mom, and of course, my mom's, like, so dramatic. I was just like, "It's so pretty here." That's all I was saying, and she's like, "I'm so sorry I didn't raise you in California, like, I failed you as a mom." And I'm like, "Mom, like, thank you. First of all, you're right, but second of all, like, that's ridiculous."
She's such a good mother. She's so goddamn sweet.
She just, like, loves California I think that's probably why I wanted to move here because my mom was always just like, "Oh, I wish we lived there." So, she really romanticizes it in a way that's really sweet.
I'm waiting for you to tell me that you wanna move up there and put your roots down.
Oh, no, I don't wanna put my roots down, it's too cold, but it was just, like, a
Oh,
nice change of scenery, like, a little bit more I mean, a lot more, like, outdoorsy, like, you're, like, in the woods, in the mountains, but then there's the coast, and, like, the mornings were super foggy and cold. I felt like I was in Big Little Lies, you know?
yeah. Speaking of, did that show whatever happened to that show? Wasn't there a
I think it,
second
like, wrapped
season?
up. Yeah.
Did it?
I thought I mean, I have such a fucking bad memory, but I feel like it, like, did everything it needed to do. Let me Google that before I say that.
I'm pretty sure I thought there was a 2nd season that came out that I never watched, which is
No,
crazy because
I did watch that.
I loved the 1st season. I feel like that's such a good, like, plain
Okay, no, there is
hotel.
a season 3
Oh,
coming
season
out.
3?
Coming
What?
out.
Oh my g
They're actively working
okay.
on it. Okay, great. So, yeah, it actually didn't wrap up. I'm completely wrong. I don't remember where it left off, but I did watch the 2nd season.
I thought there was, like, the whole, like, murder at the end of the 1st season, and that's that.
Yeah, and I don't have a single memory of the 2nd season. I did just watch, Sirens on Netflix, kind of a similar energy, not really at all, but just same type of, like, drama show, and I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. It was a little slow at first, but then I did really start to latch.
I fucking love that saying. Teresa, when I was in Charlotte this weekend, Teresa and I were both working Friday and we wanted a show to put on the background. And she wanted to put on Sirens. And I was like, bitch, this is a terrible background show. So we
Well,
settled for Gossip Girl instead.
it's funny that you say that because I got home drunk last weekend and me, Brett, and Miles' friend Owen put it on. And I didn't remember anything from that. We watched Sirens as our background show to eat our food. Miles had
Mhm.
actually Owen is Miles's friend. Miles, like, he came back with us. We were all hanging out. Miles walked in and went upstairs and went to bed without saying goodnight to anyone. So then I'm just like with his friend and my switch wasn't working. So I was like,
Oh my
I don't
God.
know how to entertain like without a switch drunk at night.
Was he expecting you guys to like come back and hang?
For sure. That's why I was
Oh
like,
my
I
God.
called Miles. He came back down for a couple minutes. He was just drunk, and then he went back up without saying
He,
anything again.
he had to Irish goodbye not once, but twice.
Yeah. So anyway, not a great background show, but then when I did actually sit down, like when we got back around 3-ish, and I sat down, I watched the entire show by myself, and I did like it.
Is this the one with Megan Fahey?
Yeah.
Is that how you say her last name? Yeah, and then Rhaenyra, Lil Rhaenyra.
Yes.
Okay. Millie Alcock, actually, I
I
think.
have no idea her real name, but she
I
did good as an American. She was like the main character.
I follow her on Instagram. I feel like I should know that. So, yeah,
She's
I will
so
definitely
hot.
be obsessed, so obsessed with her. I unfortunately have, like, a list of 10 shows and movies that I need to watch, and I've just been so fucking busy, I have not watched, and Love Island starts this week,
I
so
know, I was
now
about
I
to
gotta add
say,
that
and then you have
add
Love
that to the
Island on your
list.
plate.
It's so terrible. I just like Kyle and I need to finish The Last of Us. I really wanna watch Sirens, Love Island starting. I feel like there's another show that we're in the middle of that we also need to finish. Oh, I'm watching The Valley right now. I
Mhm.
still haven't finished Overcompensating. It's
That's
awful.
crazy. I'm
I
mad at you for
know.
that. We hyped that
I
up too much for
know.
you to you have time. Like, I know you're busier much busier than me. I understand that. But you could have watched it on a plane. You could have done so many things that you haven't done.
So, this always happens. I'm in the middle of 2 books right now, so I just, like instead of watching TV, I'm reading, and I don't have a TV in my room either. Come on.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's fair. Like, with any other show, I'm like, "It's fine," but I'm like, that one,
I
you
know.
just put so much into, like, being excited about it.
I think what's happening is, like, I'm putting too much energy into making sure I'm, like, have the perfect setting to watch.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I
fair.
don't wanna have any distractions. I already get a little anxious when I fly, which honestly overcompensating would be a good distraction, but, like, I don't want people looking over my shoulder wondering what the fuck I'm watching.
Okay. Alright, well, fair enough.
Anyways, those are my reasons, so
Okay, I mean, it's fine, like, I'll be okay, but it's disappointing. It's
I
disappointing, and
know,
that's all.
I'm disappointed in myself.
'Cause we can't even talk
Truthfully.
about it.
Well, I
Um
assume that ship has sailed, kind of, in a way.
Yeah, kind of, you're right. And we will talk about Love Island, and I will be talking about it
For
because I'm
sure.
excited. It's just like it's kind of like football season is like, "Oh my god, it's fall." Like Love Island
Mhm.
coming out is like, "Oh my god, it's summer."
Summer,
It just feels
summer.
great to have something to look forward to. And I think it's on tonight for us recording, right?
Yes, it is, and what is so beautiful about it, it's on, like, every fucking night of the week, which is
I
just amazing.
know. For
It is one
me,
of it's the best.
it's great. I cannot wait to
It's
make
horrible
dinner.
for me.
Horrible
It's
for you,
great
great
for
for
you.
me. I cannot wait to make dinner and sit my fat ass on my couch and, like, watch it. I just can't wait.
I
Speaking of
think
couches, I really, really need a new couch, and I'm hoping it gets here before you're here, but I don't know.
have you picked one out yet?
Oh, I ordered one.
Oh, nice.
Something horrible happened where I was like, I had to freak out and I was like, I need a new couch. But it's not like, okay, this is gonna make it sound like it's gonna sound out of touch, but I've been researching and thinking about couches for months and months and months. And then I made the decision. West Elm was closing in 30 minutes. I went to West Elm and I bought it in this span of like 5 minutes. And then the next day I freaked out about it because it was too much money. And I was like, I don't even know if it's the right one. So then I
Oh
went the
my
next
god.
day to the woman and changed something. Anyway, but I'm still getting a couch from West Elm. The only reason that I felt good about doing that is because I already had that same couch. Remember the one in my office?
Mhm.
But I
I
just got
love
like the
that one.
big sectional version of that.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you so much. Yeah, I'm
I can't wait
completely
to lay my
pregnant
ass on that.
with my West Elm couch. I'm really hoping it gets here in time. The window's like June 30th to the 14th to July 14th.
Oh my
So
god.
it's gonna be like
It's gonna get delivered that weekend.
it's gonna be delivered while you're here. So
That honestly could be best case scenario, then we'll be there to help.
yeah, no, that
So
would
it'll
be
be fine.
great. I would love that. And
Uh,
I need to find somewhere for mine to go. Do you
I'm,
want to report
in the
anything about your weekend? Because I talked my ass off about a graduation.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. God, yeah. Let's see here. I flew to Charlotte on Thursday, took our friend Teresa out for her birthday for dinner and drinks, which was really fun. We went to a sushi place and then a cute little cocktail bar in Charlotte. I mean, Charlotte is all restaurants, breweries, and
Bars.
cocktail bars. You actually can't
Imagine
do
my
anything
shock.
else there.
Yeah, you eat and drink, which is really any city. But imagine my shock when I had no idea Emily was going to Charlotte and I see Emily and Teresa on Instagram story together and I was like, fuck. And I was like, maybe Emma's there too. Maybe I got like exiled from the group or something. Well, I didn't actually think that, but I was like, oh my God, how did these plans get made without me? But it was because Emily was already going to Charlotte. So it's okay. I'm still in the group.
Yeah, Teresa was actually in the middle of telling me a story when I saw your text, and I was like, "Actually, you have to wait because I have to reply to this text right now because I'm worried Kat's gonna freak out." Yeah, so I went early because, lucky enough, we were all going and by we all, I mean Kyle's family and I were going to a Metallica concert Saturday night, which is very cool. I missed my hometown Halsey show, that was also very cool because I was in Charlotte seeing Metallica, so that's
Do you
awesome.
enjoy going do you enjoy the show when you're there? I know it's like his family's the reason that you go to Metallica shows every other day, but like,
Uh-huh.
do you enjoy it when it's happening?
I would say this past show I enjoyed the most, and this would be my 3rd time seeing them.
Every
So,
other day.
which is crazy because I've also seen Taylor 3 times, I've seen Halsey 3 times, and now I've seen Metallica 3 times, all my favorite artists, so that's sick.
Maybe we should just give a brief shout out to our girl Taylor and maybe like a moment of
Oh,
silence.
yes. Wait, yeah.
Okay. Congrats, Taylor. We love you.
I don't even know I have nothing else to say, I'm gonna get emotional if we talk about it, so
I mean, everything's been said, honestly, at this point, because when a Taylor drop happens like that, it's like the world's talking about it. So we don't really even need to say anything, but just know that we're here and just know that we're feeling it.
so you've been there, and this really I feel terrible for the people listening, but, like, you know how Teresa takes her work calls, like, so casually leading meetings in the
Yes.
middle of us visiting. So our friend Teresa is, like, high up on her team and her company, is casually taking big work conference calls just in the living room while we're all visiting her. It doesn't give us a single heads up. So she was doing that on Friday, and I'm sitting directly next to her on the couch, and she's leading this call, and then I see Taylor's tweet, and I immediately run to her website. So I'm freaking out silently next to Teresa while she's on this call, trying not to distract her. Couldn't fucking wait for her to hang up. It took like 30 minutes before I was able to share the news with her. But yeah, so happy for
Damn. You had
her.
to celebrate silently for a moment.
I did. I just started rapid fire texting people because I didn't know what else
Yeah.
to do with my
Yeah, of
energy.
course.
And we came home drunk Thursday night, and her and I brought broke out our karaoke machine and sang karaoke to the Eras Tour movie all Thursday night, which
Oh,
is crazy, and then Friday
y'all
morning
manifested it. It
For
was
sure, it
you.
happened because of us, which is very, very cool. So, yeah.
I was happy to see you
Um,
guys back at the Tequilaria or no, To Kill a Mockingbird. Tequila
yeah, Tequila
Mockingbird. Jesus Christ.
Tequila Mockingbird. Every time I tell people that story, I keep upping the amount of money we spent. I think I'm up to, like,
Yeah.
1,100 bucks now, which
Yeah.
is
I mean,
nice.
it was like going to Nobu.
Yeah, 1,100 bucks, and I acted like we spent 12 hours at the airport, so thank you
Yeah, I
for
mean,
that.
it feels like we did. It feels like it didn't actually happen. I think anything every time you step over the threshold of the Tequila Mockingbird, like, you're not really there. Time stops. The bill gets
Money
higher.
money doesn't
Money
exist.
did not
Yeah.
exist at that time. If I
You
I think I was too hungover to be drinking margaritas, but if I wasn't, I would have just been keeping them coming.
Well, there was, like, no liquor in them anyways, so we were spending $50 on double margaritas
Yeah.
with no double in them, no liquor.
Yeah, well, shout out Charlotte. We love you. Love
S
you, Tequila
Shout
Mockingbird.
out.
Hell yeah. Well, we love it. Seems like a successful weekend for the both of us. Oh my God. And now we're home.
Yay! Yeah.
And here's what's going on. I'm trying to make more content now because I'm so bad at my job. So if anyone everyone wants to go support my content, that would be great. So bad at
Thank
my job that
God.
the YouTube didn't work. So last week, so I am so sorry about that. Could not get it to upload. Tried like so many times, and YouTube would just keep saying it failed. And I didn't do anything different than I've always done. So I am so sorry about that, y'all.
We were on a little bit of a time crunch too. You were booked and
Well, yeah, I
busy.
was trying to leave and I could
I
not leave
don't co
due to the YouTube video, but I think it's fine
Yeah.
for the 1,000 of y'all that watch.
I don't contribute anymore technologically, so there's not much I could do on my end.
Yeah, God no. Well, you don't even physically have like the video file, so it doesn't matter. Also, I'm looking at my yard right now, and then we'll go into advice.
Oh,
I
yeah.
posted. I did have. I like passed by these guys doing yard work on someone else's yard the other day, and I asked for their business card. So got his card, and I called him, and he happened to be in Venice, so he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll just come by now and give you a quote." And so we like walked my yard and stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, I mean it'd be about like 3,000." I was like, "Ooh." And he was like, "Well, what did you like? What is your budget? Like, what did you think it was gonna be?" And I was like, "Oh, damn, like, I don't know." So I
I was
said,
gonna
like,
say, what is your budget for lawn work?
yeah, like, I don't have a budget for lawn work, like, I'm renting, like, none. My budget is $0 for yard work. So I was, like, kind of embarrassed because I also, when it's a man and it's me and I'm, like, a young woman and I'm the one in the house, so he just kinda was like he
Mhm.
was nice enough, but he was kinda talking to me like I was an idiot, you know? And
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I don't know." So I said maybe, like, closer to 1,000, but I just really don't know anything about it. I did not wanna spend 1,000, obviously, but I just, like, said that. So then he said they would just do, like, a cleanup for 1,200. He's first said 1,500, and then he called me later and said he'll actually do 1,200. But now I actually am gonna have to move forward with doing my whole yard. So look forward to a lawn journey. I'm gonna just like
You're doing
play
it
music.
yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna play music and I'm hoping I get a sunny day here and I'm gonna take a couple days and do my yard. So
Oh my what are you, like, even gonna do? Like,
not right now.
okay. I was like, what's
I
the
don't know.
first
I
step?
got a pair of gardening gloves in a PR package
Okay.
once. So I think I'll put on my gardening gloves. They're the type of weeds, if you guys are familiar, that like when you walk in them, they're long and they get stuck in your shoes. I'd never really experienced them before, but like you can't even walk like 2 steps without them being stuck in your pants, socks, shoes. It's crazy. So it's awesome. Yeah. So basically, I'll put on some boots, maybe like my Coachella boots or something, and
Uh-huh.
I'll grab a couple trash bags and maybe like drink a weed drink or something, and then I'm just gonna
Oh,
have
yeah.
at it. So I'm gonna start by picking them, and then I actually have to rake the whole ground, and then I'm gonna plant grass seed.
Do you have tools or,
There is like a
like,
really
a
rusty rake that was left in my garage,
okay, that
so
should do it. Yeah,
yeah,
that should
and the
work.
gloves. So I'm not too worried. I think it should be easy. And yeah, I'm sure there'll be like 17,000 trash bags that I will have no idea where to put. So
I'm sure it's gonna look gorgeous after. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on my progress. Everyone's advice was basically like a lot of people were like, just pay it. Like it's so bad. And then a lot of people were like, you just need to have like men and friends come over and do it. And I just have trouble asking friends for favors. So I'm like, I'm not gonna ask someone to like come weed my yard.
Well, yeah, for, like, labor, like a day's worth of work, you
I
know?
know. I mean, like I'm sure my friends would do it. And I could ask. And there's like the thing of community and like you should be doing favors for your friends. You should be picking them up from the airport. So if you're my friends listening and you want to join, like it would be nice. That's all I'm saying.
You could make a day of it, like, if you guys all had a couple cocktails, a couple weed cocktails, it could turn out really fun, or you just might not get anything done.
Right.
So,
All right. Well, I'll keep you guys updated. I know that's not interesting at all. Do you have an advice you want to read? Because I do have one, but I'm not sure.
I actually think I only have 3 stories this week, so if you would like to read your advice, that'd be awesome.
Oh, I guess I kind of have. This is like a little bit of an update. I just remembered this was so long ago, but I just remember kind of being interested in it. We like when there's I don't know, a spiritual thing going on.
Mhm.
So I think you'll remember this, Emily, but she said, I wrote in last year around this time talking about how I was seeing dead birds everywhere, like way
Oh
too
my
many.
god.
Y'all read the story on the pod and talked about how it could be like a rebirth instead of an evil curse. So I wanted to say that, yes, I think you were right. 2 years ago, around this time, end of May to early June, I went through a massive breakup from my partner of 9 years. We had lived in Kentucky, China, France, and then Philly together. And once we moved to Philly, it was just so hard. I think I hadn't realized that I had let my identity become whatever his identity was, and we had changed so much that I started to not really like what we were. I felt like I was walking on eggshells just to please him, and I always wanted time to be alone. We broke up, and it was awful, but ultimately, I'm really glad I did. I think you guys were spot on with it being a rebirth because this year I'm seeing like the smallest living birds, and I'm also feeling insanely confident and happy in my life. I go running, took up pottery, yoga, have a great friend group, love my job, love my cat, love my therapist, and I never have to feel guilty about getting high and eating mac and cheese again. I don't know if the birds really had anything to do with all of this, but I wanted to write in because maybe they did, and at least they helped me reflect on who I am. By the way, I'm 31, so yeah, old as hell, and not in a serious relationship, but I'm very, very happy and very, very me. Okay, bye. Love you both.
Oh, I have goosebumps. It sent a little
Really
shiver
sweet.
down
I
my spine.
I also have chills. I didn't remember like the second paragraph being so sweet.
I just am so, so happy for her, and I guess I believe in dead birds now as a good omen, I
I
guess.
think I'm erring on the side of, and not to be cynical, but like it probably had nothing to do with the birds and
Ugh,
everything to
I
do with
hate when you do
her.
this.
It had everything to do with
No, you're right.
her.
You're right. No,
But
100%,
because I love
100%.
how she's like, I'm seeing, I love how she's like, I'm seeing tiny living birds. Now I'm like, well, yeah, like I think we all are.
The way that I read that is like, "Oh my god, that's so cute. She's seeing baby birds everywhere."
I think like if you're seeing dead birds a lot, you're probably not noticing like also the living tiny birds.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
honestly, like she said the same thing. It probably had nothing to do with the birds, but it's nice to like have something to reflect on. Like whatever you want to take as a sign, you can and you should.
I absolutely love reading into things like that. Y'all know me. I believe literally anything. Someone could tell me if I keep okay, to be fair, every time we record here for the last 4 weeks, I've seen a bunny outside, like,
Aw.
hopping around, like, so close to me. I keep meaning to kinda, like, look it up to see what it says, but I've been seeing bunnies everywhere lately.
I don't know what that means. I think it might just be like bunny season. Oh my God, I'm being so
Bunny
negative.
season. Bunny season.
Is it not? I feel like
Gemini
you see more
season,
bunnies
bunny
in the
season.
summer. It's
Yeah,
like
I
I
mean,
don't
sure, yeah, the
I don't know where
weather's
they
warm, they're
go.
hopping around. I'm also, like, walking outside more, so
Yeah, true,
that could
walking
have
dogs.
something to do with it.
Speaking of
Yeah.
animals, like there's an extreme squirrel problem in California. And my mom and stepdad had gone for like a long walk and they came back when they were visiting me. They came back and me and my brothers met them and they were like, we'd never seen anything like it. Like there was so many squirrels running around and we were all kind of like, Okay, like, okay, it's not that serious. Like, that's just, like, one of the
Mhm.
things your parents say that you're like, "All
Yeah.
right," and that's yeah, that's crazy, yeah. And then anyway, I ended up seeing it on the news that they're, like, taking over, and it's, like, gonna be really bad for the environment, and then when we were on a walk in and that was in Santa Monica, so I don't know if it's a problem in Pacific Grove, but when we were on a walk there, the squirrels were so insane, you could not walk, like, a foot without, like, one being, like, so close to you, and they're not scared of humans. Everywhere you looked, there was a million squirrels, like, tiny
Wait,
to big, like, it was scary because I
that's
was
so
like, if
okay, that
they
sounds terrifying.
terrifying, because like, if you actually think about it, squirrels are cute and, like, no one really thinks anything of it, like, y'all are cute, like, do your thing,
Yeah.
whatever, grab your nuts and shit, but, like, when they're everywhere and you realize they actually kinda just look like rats and, like, if they turned on you, there
Power in
was
numbers,
yeah,
yeah. They'll
I
fuck you
mean,
up.
the squirrels are completely taking over, and it's not a sign. I mean, if it is a sign, it's something very, very bad.
And this is what the news isn't talking about.
Well, actually, the news is talking about the squirrels.
This is what my news isn't talking about that. I wish they
The
were.
the national news needs to pick it up for sure. The local news has got it.
What is CNN reporting on? Jesus Christ, I can't believe that.
Yeah, so that's all I have to say about the squirrels. Why don't we look
Surely
up
y'all
right now, like, what does seeing bunnies mean?
y'all know about my pet squirrel, right? I've talked about that on here,
I think
I
so,
think.
yeah,
Yeah, Rocky, he's so goddamn cute. My dad rescued him because my dad's got a heart of gold when it comes to animals.
truly.
Um, he had, his tail chopped off. We had him for, I don't know, a month or 2 before we decided to give him to a wildlife sanctuary thing to try to, like, reintroduce him back to nature, so that was
This is
cool.
so funny. I
What?
googled sorry to cut you off about Rocky.
Oh,
I mean, rest in
I'm just
peace or
filling I was just filling the time while you
yeah,
were
it's okay.
Googling.
I googled like what does seeing a lot of bunnies mean? Seeing many rabbits or bunnies often indicates a thriving rabbit population in that specific area.
Okay, cool. Cool,
Okay,
cool, cool, cool.
symbolic meanings. Here we are. In some cultures, rabbits are seen as symbols of good luck, fertility,
Oh, no. No, no, no,
and
no, 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 no.
prosperity.
No, 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 I just had another thought this morning that I feel like I should take a pregnancy test. I can't. Oh my god. I can't,
Jesus,
I can't.
Emily, no, you are pregnant. I'm still reading. Holy shit. I guess like okay, to be fair, like when you Google the birds, I think this is the same thing we got. But cycle of life, the symbolism of three rabbits sharing ears. Okay, that's a symbol, but it can represent the cyclical. Do you say cyclical, right?
Cyclical, yeah.
Cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth. Some rabbits, some believe that rabbits can be spiritual messengers bringing you messages of new beginnings, hope, and creativity. We can take that one.
Okay, cool, yeah, I just got a house, so maybe that had
Let's
something to do with
claim
it.
that one on
I
the
do
Google
not
AI.
I am not claiming fertility at this moment in time, thank you. You guys can keep it, you can have it for now. I'll come back to you in, like, 5 years.
I
Oh,
saw a video yesterday that like really freaked me out of like a mom holding her probably 1 year old and or maybe like less than one, but just talking
mhm,
about like her postpartum depression is like making her not want to be a mom so bad, and she like now
perfect.
has this kid for the rest of her life. So it
Mhm.
actually like scared me straight. Uh, I was scared straight, and now I don't want any kids for a while.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, like, one of genuinely 1,000 reasons right
No,
now
there's just like
for me. Sorry to all our mothers out there, but
no,
I
it's not
just
even it's just like such a personal, like crazy decision to make. And I wish I was someone who felt like so confident about it because I really, really still go back and forth. Like when I see babies, I'm like, I really want to have that and a family one day.
Mhm.
But then when
Mhm.
I actually like truly think about being responsible for a life, I could like have a panic attack at any moment. Like I already feel that way about my cats. So I don't really know if I maybe would even be a good mom. Thank you.
When I when I first got Nyla, which is so fucking stupid, we've had this conversation before, just, like, the whole, like, having a cat for 18 years is, like, fucking terrifying, but
Yeah.
you have your child for, like, 50, so that's cool. I guess you really only have to worry about it for 18, I
Not even though,
suppose.
like, that's not even, like, the culture anymore. After 18, you're still responsible until, like, 21, I think, like, fully pretty
No.
responsible, and then even, like, I mean, with my like, later, like, later than that.
Yeah. "Hello, I'm recording in my dad's basement. What's up? I have to come over
Yeah.
here and bug them once a week. Hi."
No,
Yeah, I
it's
don't
yeah, it's a forever type shit, like, I don't know. I don't know if I that
my
type of commitment.
my coworker not my coworker, my boss actually said that once you have a kid, you never sleep again, and that's, like, my big thing right now. He said not even, like, when they do get older and you are able to, like, actually lay your head, he was like, "You just don't sleep because 'cause you're just constantly worried."
Well, that's yeah, and then that was with Miles's sister this weekend. It was the first time I'd, like, really considered, like, her, like, going out after graduation and stuff. They have her location all good. She's a safe, responsible kid. But that was the first time I'd, like, actually put myself in my mom's shoes just because like, I was
Yeah.
at home and she was out, like, thinking about how actually scary that is.
It's horrible. My
But
mom's
I'd
gonna
never
fucking
really
love this.
I'd never
My mother's gonna love
considered.
this.
Like, I was always
Yeah.
like, "That's so drama," but I'm like, "Wow, that's not drama."
No,
Ground
actually,
fucking groundbreaking conversation, me realizing, like, the weight of being a mother, but anyway. So right now I'm off kids
that's fine.
forever.
Are you
Forever.
still forever, are you on being a stepmom still, or does that not
Yes, very much on being a stepmom.
Yeah, okay, cool. We have to have a conversation with that about Miles, I guess. He ain't got no kids,
Right.
so that complicates things a little bit.
Well, maybe I just need, like, a niece or something.
Oh, yeah,
I
that
could
could
see my
be
brothers
sick.
having kids before me, but then I'd have to live in the
Oh,
same place.
same.
Yeah.
Oh, I never considered the fact that you're all the way out there.
But you never know by then. I guess that took way longer. I was just gonna do a follow-up, then do the advice, but why don't you do a story?
I actually don't think I read a single story last week, which is cool. So these are all from last week, and I don't remember any of them. So we're gonna be reading these together for the
Yeah,
first time.
last week the structure was weird. I don't know what happened. Maybe I just wouldn't, like, shut up or something, but I don't think you did. Because when
Okay,
I was
cool.
editing, I was like, "What the fuck happened here?"
It's fine. We're just chatting.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi girls, love you dearly. The story is exactly what it sounds like, and I feel like y'all will laugh. Also, I'm 25 now, so this was like 6 years ago. It was a fever dream. Sophomore year of college, my best friend was dating a freshman, so obviously I had to meet his roommate and start a situationship with him so that we could shack in the dorms together to make it less embarrassing. But yes, I started talking to this boy and he got really into me really fast, which was fun until I realized he was fully serious about it. Whereas to me, it was just a fun fling with my bestie's boyfriend's roommate. Anyways, after about 2 months of knowing this man, we went on one sober date, only hung out in drunk settings other than that. He told me he loved me while we were drunk going to sleep on my friend's couch, and I obviously just completely did not respond. And he said, "Are you just going to not reply?" And I said, "Yep," and then went to sleep. Also, that night, he had started a fight with me while we were at a party, yelled at me, so I was just very confused on what was so deep. After that lovely interaction, we mutually ghosted each other, and a couple of months later, I saw him on campus walking to class and was about to say hi because we were too physically close to each other to not acknowledge one another. And he just reached out with one arm and pushed me into a bush instead and then just walked away. It was the most baffling thing I've ever experienced. So I just got up and went to class so confused. I only saw him like 3 times after that throughout all of college and had very normal experiences with him otherwise. Also, key point, we never slept together, and I found out after all of that that he was a virgin from a random mutual friend that had no reason to lie and had lied to me about sleeping with a ton of people. He also told me about 2 weeks into knowing me about how he frequently talked to his therapist about me. This is entirely too long for a not that great story, but every time people tell situationship stories, I remember this lovely man. Once again, love y'all. Thank you. I obviously just had wanted to read this for the bush part.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the bush is all that matters. I can't like, it's already such a thing, like, people talk about when you see someone on a college campus that you've, like, hooked up with or had a thing with,
Mhm.
because it's like, you have to see them probably eventually, but a lot of times I always see, like, this is, like, pretty vulgar, but I always see videos of girls being like, The man was like inside of me, like knows every inch of my body, and we don't like say hi if we see each other in the dining hall. But
Yes.
like it wasn't even that. But so she was probably already like, oh, this is gonna be a tough interaction. Get shoved in a bush.
Honestly, though, if you think about it, like, 1 in 10, like, that's that, I guess, instead of having to do the awkward, like, "Hi, how are you?" I would just
Y-
be like,
You'd
I'm
rather
trying to,
get
like
shoved in a bush than small talk.
think so. Oh my god, I think so, I really do.
I would be like looking around to see if anyone saw that. That's
Well,
fucking
and
crazy.
you know a ton of people probably saw, but, like, no one reacts
No, no
ever
one
to
on a
anything that
college campus.
happens while you're
No.
walking to class, yeah.
Nothing,
Just
any
keep
school
walking.
environment, it's very, like, mind your business. Like,
Yeah,
it's not
they just glance up from their phone and then immediately look back down and keep walking.
yeah, AirPods in, AirPod
Yeah.
Max is around head. Um, wow. Yeah, I don't know. It's not like it's pretty bad, like, it's really fucked up, but it's also, like, so funny that, like, you can't really do anything about it, you know?
Yeah. No, there's nothing you can do about it, and I think he was just butthurt because he's in love with her, and she did not feel any type of way about him.
But it is, like, somewhat serious in the way of, like, oh, a man should never, like, lay his hands on you,
For
but it's
sure.
also, like, okay, I got shoved in a bush, like, okay, moving on, like, it's just crazy. I would be telling that story forever too, so I'm glad that you submitted it for sure.
Mhm. I was thinking the same.
Okay, well, this one's a little bit more serious. This is where I have to give
Perfect.
advice on whether
I'm
to
feeling
break up.
super serious right now. Oh, fuck,
Me as
okay.
well. No, we can do this. I think we'll have come to the same conclusion. I feel like we haven't done a like, should I break up with him or not in a while? And
Okay,
we pretty much always say like yes, but
let's hit it.
are you feeling okay? Are you grabbing your lymph nodes?
No, 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 I'm fine. I'm totally fine.
Okay. Okay. Do I break my man of 5 years heart? Hi, Kat and Emily. Huge fan. I never saw myself writing a story on here, but to be honest, I needed some serious advice. I've been dating my boyfriend for 5 years. We're a COVID couple, lol. And I love him so incredibly much. He's honest, kind, hilarious, and we have amazing chemistry. We've for sure had some issues over the years, and he specifically has serious abandonment issues. Basically, two brief stories regarding his abandonment issues is that I had a trip planned to Vegas for my 21st with him. Just my girlfriends and I didn't invite him. He got extremely butthurt and threatened to break up over it. And then he ended up coming on the trip, and my friends were not too pleased. Another story was I wanted to go work in Hawaii for 1 month, and he was not keen on that. So he threatened to break up. 4 years later, and we're still together and are currently doing long distance because I'm an English teacher in Madrid, Spain. I've completely fallen in love with the city and have made a bunch of incredible friends. It rips me to pieces thinking about leaving and not coming back because I have started a whole life here. Of course, my boyfriend doesn't want to live in Spain and is cornering me into living in our hometown, which is the last thing I want to do, even though I love my hometown. I'm highly considering breaking up with him because I don't see myself marrying this man, even though I love him. I don't know how to bring up the conversation that I'm going to stay in Spain and I will be flying to see him to break the news in person because it feels insane to end things over the phone. Any and all advice is much appreciated. Love you both.
Ooh, okay. Obviously, my gut reaction is to break up, like,
Yeah, and
right
I didn't
away.
realize at the end she kind of like it seems like she's already doing it, you know?
Yeah, so hopefully maybe we can give her, like, that confirmation that everything she's saying sounds correct in the fact that, like, she thinks that it is time for them to break up. I just do feel like, I mean, she'd be throwing away such an amazing experience and opportunity to go back to a place where she doesn't wanna be for a guy that does sound great, but there are so many great people out there. Like, I feel like that's not something to get hung up on. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I'm fully like one, you're already long distance and thriving. And like as sad as it is, like, and it's still gonna be like a huge loss. Like you already know
Mhm.
that you have somewhere where you can be really happy and you have like a life and a support system. So it's not like normally I feel like a 5 year breakup, you're losing kind of like everything, like your like friends, everything. And I know that that will still come into play. But I just think, like, you really not to be the one to say it, you really just you only live once, so if you don't wanna move back to your hometown with this man who you already seem to have some issues with, like, you shouldn't, because the second that if you decided to do that, and then the second you arrive and you're with him, I just feel like you'd be nonstop thinking about, like, regretting not living in Spain and living out what you wanna do.
Yeah, the what ifs of if she stayed. I just feel like it's something that, like, sure, you move home from Spain, you stay with him, but then I feel like you just are gonna build up this, like, quiet resentment over time that's you are just gonna end up breaking up in the future. So now that you've already have this separate life established, I feel like this is the perfect time. And I'm like, it's never there's never really a good time to break up, of course, but I
Yeah.
feel like this is best case scenario to break up, and it does suck that and I totally get her wanting to fly home to break up with him, but I feel like you
Yeah.
fly back, you're long distance, you're separated, you've got your own life, your own schedule going on, you're in completely different countries, like, I think it's time. I think she knows as well.
Well, she also the sentence that I know I don't wanna marry him, like, I feel
Oh,
like
I
that's enough.
didn't even hear that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she said that, which I didn't clock when I first read. She said, "I don't see myself marrying this man even though I love him." So I feel like even that's
Mhm.
your answer right there.
I mean, she said what, they started dating in c so, yeah, during COVID, but she was 21, right? Around that time?
I
So,
don't
I'm assuming she's, like, close to our age, she's in her, like, mid-20s.
I don't think she said. Oh, well, yes, because she had a trip to Vegas for her 21st, so she must have been, like, 20 or
Yeah.
21, early 21.
So, yeah, I mean, I feel like at this point, what is the point? At the you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's so young too. I feel like you're good, girl. I really, really believe in you. You're gonna be like the other girl with the dead birds, like in your pottery classes and you're teaching
Mhm.
English. Like, I just see a lot more for you at this time than that man. Especially like, I don't know, even though the little stories were they're not huge deals, but
Yeah.
like he doesn't seem like as adventurous, which if you guys are both down to be like that, then that's like totally fine. But it seems like you just want different things. So
No, she sounds cool as fuck, and he honestly sounds like a bump on a log, sorry.
yeah, I mean he didn't want her to go to Vegas with her girls and came on the trip. That like that would freak me
Boo.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also didn't want her to go to Hawaii for a month, which like yeah, in a relationship, like if my boyfriend was like, I'm gonna go to Hawaii for a month, or if I said that to him, like, I think we would both be like, "Oh, that's so sad," but, like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, do what you need to do. Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I'll come visit for a weekend. Like,
Yeah, and then she kind of like she didn't say his reaction to her moving to Spain, like, I'm
I
sure he
know
had
she
an issue
dropped
with
that.
I'm sure he had an issue with that too. Yeah, I really think you're gonna be, like, thriving on your own because it seems like you're already so independent that, like, if you know he's
Mhm.
not who you're gonna be with, then all Gucci.
Absolutely. All Gucci, that's what they say.
Totally. I don't know where the fuck that
Okay.
came from.
I love it. Okay. All right, let's read another story. I literally only have silly stories today, which is
No,
great.
that's fine.
So,
That's literally the last one I have, so this will be good to offset the seriousness.
okay, perfect. Okay. Hi, girls. I love the pod, and hearing Kat's private chef story inspired me to write in my favorite private hibachi experience from a few summers back. My friends and I all decided to book one of those backyard hibachi chefs that you see on Instagram as a fun summer get together. When booking the hibachi, they tell us that we must pay $1,000 cash for the service upon arrival. Totally fine. We pull our Venmos together, and a friend of ours takes a band out of the bank to bring with her. We set up all the tables and chairs, and our hibachi chef shows up plastered. It's part of the bit that they will spray sake in your mouth via water gun, and this man is taking shot after shot of our alcohol and going toe to toe with us on drinks. We're drunk and happy because, like, honestly, whatever. The chef is clearly just a vibes guy. He finally heats up his black top and asks us if there's a volunteer to cook the food. Sure, that's not why we hired you or anything. My fiance gets up there and makes us fried rice, chicken, and steak while our chef sits by and continues to drink. At this point, he's so drunk that while shooting the sake gun, he misses a girl's mouth and just hits her straight in the eyes. He tells us that he has two more parties to work after us. We're all like, this man was not fit to show up to our party, much less go anywhere else. Our responsible friends start to get a little worried as we're out in the suburbs and he drove himself. Is our hibachi chef going to have to sober up with us? Do we need to call him an Uber? Then, without any warning, his boss pulls up. The vibes immediately change as we're worried he's going to get in trouble for serving us so drunk. Keep in mind, we booked one of the biggest and most recognizable companies you can find online, and we don't want him to lose his job. We all try to act quiet and sober to cover for him until his boss gets out of the car with a bright red drum strung around his neck. He begins to play the drum and sing "Everybody Say Saki" while marching around our table. Then we start drinking with the boss too, as he brought more water guns and a beer bong for the sake. Yay. At the end of the day, this is the biggest waste of money ever and also the most priceless experience we could have ever had. Our sake kings are now part of our friend group lore, and we love to reminisce on this day and wonder what they're doing now.
Fuck is wrong with people?
I I really wanna do one of these things because I think it's crazy that we've never booked, like, a backyard hibachi, but, like, after your experience and hearing about this, like, I'm good, I think. I think I'm good.
I have done one backyard hibachi and it was very successful and normal. And I'm also doing one when I'm home. My mom booked one for us, so
Oh my
that
god.
should be fun.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, my mom's a planner, so she's had that booked for a couple months.
Of course.
Anyway, I just like I these people, I think like when you book an experience like this, they're trying to make it fun. It's kind of like the banana boat thing. And I know that guy
Oh,
wasn't the same wavelength, but I like what I'm saying is like you are here to have fun like and entertain in a like a little bit, but also
for sure.
you're cooking. Like it's supposed to be fun and hibachi is more so like than a private chef. Like that's like more of a fun, silly experience. But, like, no, we're not partying with you, like, we are partying and, like, I like when they get involved, but why are you, like, blacking out? Why is he cooking?
I just like for him to be like, "All right, who's manning the grill?"
That's
Like, "Okay."
crazy. And then, like, I can't imagine because I'm sure at the time that the boss came in with a drum that everyone was pretty drunk, I think I would be like I would have tears running down my face.
No, of course, especially I can picture them all, like, being, like, a little more calm, like, quiet, like
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, there's just more sake, and you're getting drunk with not 1, but 2 hibachi chefs.
And I do think that, like, normally there is more than one like, when I did it, we had more than one person, like, to kind of help out and, like, serve stuff while he's cooking, but just, like, one guy showing up and blacking out is so crazy.
I'm, like, still wondering, like, how did he get home? Did he sleep on your couch?
Yeah, I don't I'm wondering how the other 2 parties went.
I love it.
I do too. We should do some like, maybe we could do that when you're here, although my entire yard is a fire hazard, actually, so maybe not.
Well, not after you,
True, not
clean it
after I
up.
put in the work.
Yeah, the fresh
Then
grass down there.
that'll
How
be
long does grass
good to
take to
go.
grow? Anyone know?
I don't know. My one of my friends texted me that she grew grass in her yard, and it was much easier to do than she had like thought.
Mhm.
So he did tell me that if I bought grass seed though for the both of my yards, it will be like $1,000. So I'm not gonna believe that yet.
I was gonna say,
Um
nah, I feel like just 1 bag will be fine.
yeah, I think it's just like they're all just like super
Just, like,
separated.
sprinkle it around.
Yeah, and then you have to, like, water it twice a day, so then my water bill will
Oh
just
my
be, like,
god.
thousands. So, it should be easy. I probably won't even save
Yeah.
money in the long run.
I cannot believe that.
I'm trying to,
Ugh.
like now that, Elena just booked her flight to come visit me as well, I have absolutely no plans, but, like, we should do fun things, but, like, I don't know what I wanna do for my birthday, and I don't know what we should do, but I'll
Well,
figure it
I
out.
feel like we have it on record that you said you were gonna throw a house party, so
I will throw a party, but yeah, I was gonna do when my yard looked really nice, I was gonna do like a little garden party because I really wanted to get like outdoor furniture and hang lights and
mhm.
stuff. Now that's actually not an option, so we'll see if my yard's intact by then.
Maybe
If not,
next year.
we'll have a normal inside party.
Yeah, well, I run a rage face for your birthday, so that's all I'm expecting to do. I
Yeah,
don't care
well,
where
we'll
it
definitely
is.
get drunk no matter what we're doing, so that's great.
Perfect. Perfect. I can't
Um,
wait.
I can't wait as well. I think that we can wrap this one up. We love you guys so much. We're about to
My
go
God, it flew by.
it flew by. We're about to go record a Patreon, so you'll see us there if you pay money to see that.
Which, I mean, at this point, come on, you guys. Come hang.
Come hang. Okay, love you guys so much. Thanks for
Yep.
listening. Bye.
Bye, guys. Love you.